Many victims of school shootings lose their life before they've really even lived it. A grim reality that hit Sandy Hook Elementary on December 14th of 2012 when the unthinkable happened. A mass shooting at the elementary school in Newtown, Connecticut. 26 people were killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School. 20 of the victims were children, 6 and 7 years old. It's the deadliest school shooting at an elementary school in United States history. Joining us from Newtown, Connecticut is Nicole Hockley, whose youngest son, Dylan, was murdered in his first grade classroom. Nicole, I want you to know my heart and my condolences are with you, but I also want you to know we thank you for your bravery in joining us on air today, kind of sharing your story and speaking up on gun violence really plaguing many classrooms. Since the shooting hits the Newtown community, I know you and many others that were affected by this horrific incident have spent more than a decade trying to prevent similar situations from really happening. So kind of explain to us what the Sandy Hook Promise really is.
So hi, and thank you for that. The Sandy Hook Promise is an organization I helped launch 1 month after the shooting in which Dylan was killed. And our mission is to end school shootings. And we do that by educating and empowering youth across the country and how to create connection and how to recognize warning signs of someone who might be at risk of hurting themselves or someone else, and then taking action to prevent tragedies, because we know that speaking up on warning signs is a very effective way of stopping a tragedy from ever happening in the first place.
Nicole, when we really talk about the group and the success it's really seen in preventing similar situations from happening, 176 credible planned school shootings have been prevented. Now, you have a new campaign kicking off. Kind of tell us what the inspiration behind A Teddy Bear's Dream is.
The inspiration behind A Teddy Bear's Dream came about from the over 60,000 teddy bears that were sent to Newtown after the Sandy Hook tragedy. And this came from people across the country who wanted to show their love and support, but also symbolize the loss of innocence and childhood that was lost that day. And now, unfortunately, we've seen far too many school shootings where teddy bears are in shrines and memorials as part of the aftermath of school shootings. So the idea behind this PSA is to bring back that childhood experience to where it should be. Let kids be kids. Let teddy bears just be in kids' arms as companions and not be as shrines. We want to inspire people to take action, learn the warning signs, and prevent tragedies before they happen.
You know, Nicole, I think what's so interesting is when we talk about what it really symbolizes and how it's kind of shaping perspective, it's something that many children would consider a comfort, but it's taking that comfort and it's kind of casting it into a grim scenario. How do you kind of hope it resonates with children and people in general?
I hope it resonates with everyone because we all want our kids to be safe and we want them to have a happy childhood experience. There is far too much anxiety and fear around a school shooting happening. Parents are afraid that a school shooting is going to happen where their kids go to school. Kids are afraid of a school shooting happening. We practice for school shootings with active shooter drills. We're teaching kids that this is a real and present danger for them versus focusing on teaching them how to prevent them from happening. So we want people to watch this PSA, learn about our programs, bring them to your school or district, learn the warning signs and have those conversations with your kids so that they know how to speak up when they see something so that we can prevent these tragedies from happening.
Nicole, I think when we talk about this initiative, you know, it really hits home when it comes to Sandy Hook Elementary with over 60,000 teddy bears first donated to the school after this tragic event. I think when we talk about what it's doing now, how does this PSA kind of connect a bigger message of what childhood in America looks like today?
Well, all of our PSAs focus on what parents think their their children are experiencing in school versus what they actually are in terms of this fear of school shootings. So we want everyone to watch this and take action because fear of going to school isn't something that our kids should be experiencing every day. And we know that these programs work. You know, in the years since we've launched these programs and our anonymous reporting system, we've stopped several thousand mental health interventions. We've stopped over 700 imminent youth suicides. And just this past month, we stopped our 18th planned school shooting attack as a direct result of someone trained in our program saying something to our system and working with local law enforcement to get that intervention. So we know this works. We know childhood can be preserved back to a happy experience rather than fear of going to school or fear or anxiety that a school shooting might happen where you live. These are preventable acts, and we want to ensure that everyone knows this isn't a hopeless issue. This isn't something that is an eventuality. This isn't the normal way of being. This is something that we can prevent, and we all have a role in taking that prevention.
Nicole, it is so amazing to hear how this work has really kind of just surfaced in so many positive ways. We're seeing so much preventable measures being taken, and we're seeing the positive on that side of things. And I think when we talk about a big part of Sandy Hook Promise's mission, kind of focusing on preventing school shootings and gun violence, it's coming through educating people and recognizing the warning signs. How do you know this approach is really working?
Well, we know the research, we know that this is working because there's been decades of research that recognizing warning signs is one of the most effective ways to stop violence. We know that 4 out of 5 school shooters tell at least one other person of their plans before they take action. This happened in the Sandy Hook school shooting as well. The shooter displayed many warning signs throughout his life that were either misunderstood or not acted upon. And yet, with our programs, when we see that we've trained kids and then they know how to take action, we've created those thousands of mental health interventions. We've stopped suicides. And as I said, we've stopped 18 credible school shooting plots already. There are more that need to be stopped for sure, but that's 18 Sandy Hooks that haven't happened. That's 18 Columbines. That's 18 Auroras. These are preventable acts. And that's something that we can all do because no one wants a school shooting to happen. No one is pro-gun violence. So we can all agree that keeping kids safe and letting them be kids again is what we all have we have to prioritize doing this for our kids.
You know what, Nicole, we just want to thank you so much for stepping up. We know your community has seen so much tragedy, and joining us today, speaking on what measures you guys are taking to ensure all of our safety. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Take care, Nicole.